What's up, YouTube? It's K2 Karama, and this is the Philosopher Stonecast, episode 19. We are here again with our usual panel, Kenny and Justin.
Howdy.
And we were supposed to have Kevin Bivens on here, aka Senior Bivens, but he said he might come and do a quick podcast with us tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. It would have been cool to have him on tonight, but schedules and things like that. Anyway, you guys have any topics for tonight or anything like that you want to talk about?
Yeah.
I'm only gonna vote for Hillary. That's it. No Bernie. I'm just kidding.
Pretty much. The main topic I was gonna say, and I pretty much exhausted all of my emotion in this topic before the show, like we usually do.
Yeah.
It's essentially okay. So we're being told by the media and George Takei that we need to vote blue no matter who. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
something
Is it
odd.
Decay
Like
or
that's-
Takai?
Do what?
Is it Decay or Takai?
Takai?
I thought it was George Takai.
I don't know. I've heard it Takei plenty of times. Takai. We all know who he is. It's
Okay.
Sulu. It's Mr. Sulu.
Okay.
So yeah. Now, if most Hillary supporters will vote for Sanders if he gets the nomination, and most Sanders supporters like myself wouldn't endorse Hillary, then isn't it technically Hillary herself who is dividing the party by running? I mean, if half of the party isn't willing to support you, why are you standing in the way of someone who the entire party would support? Because if we're being told vote blue no matter who, then that's what that means. You know, if every Sanders supporter were to become like Bernie or bust, which a good majority of them are, and the Bernie supporters are pretty much half of the Democratic Party, then there's surely a reason to have a contested convention in favor of Sanders, as you'd lose half of the vote from your party and from the independents that usually vote for your party in the general. Now, Hillary and the DNC cannot hold our votes over our heads if they want to risk a Trump presidency, because half of the Democrats and most of the independent population wouldn't vote for her in the general, whereas they would vote for Bernie. So, yeah. We're not going to be able. I hate this argument. The general argument against Bernie right now is like you can't. We need the incremental change over time, right? I'm sitting here thinking to myself, we've tried that, and it seems like whenever we do it incrementally, every single step or every single increment of change that goes along with anything, we end up getting fucked every step of the way. We need a little bit of radical change, because heaven knows. And heaven doesn't know anything, but whatever.
I get you. Yeah.
The issue is whenever you have Republicans who take power, they want to take a mile. They want to take a mile of regress, right? They want to instantly impose their views, right? You don't usually see that from the left. We usually try and do incremental change over time as a way to evolve things. But we're coming to the point when most people in this country are fed up, and they know what's wrong, and they're not buying the media BS. They're not buying the way the interviewers go around asking candidates things because they want a particular candidate who they've donated to.
You say most of the public or most of the voting public? Because I think most of the public.
I would say
most
of the voting public. Most. I'll say this for sure. Most of the youth.
Yeah. Well, that can sometimes be because. The youth, yes, that can be good.
When I say youth, I mean everyone from 18 all the way up to Chris's age.
Yeah, well, okay, well,
So,
I mean, Chris is young,
even up to my brother's age, my oldest brother, like in their late 30s.
You have 18 to late 30s, but you are not the same person what you are when you're 24, when you're 18. You're the max, or even when you're 22, when you're 18. That you max experience.
Oh no, we've had the discussion about individuality before.
Right, and it changes your opinion, and you gain more facts, and you could easily win an argument against your 18-year-old self. I mean, you would make your 18-year-old self feel inferior. Okay?
Oh yeah.
Now, so what makes their vote more legitimate than yours? Shouldn't your vote count since you have the most experience? Why is it important that that 18-year-old misinformed self be able to have the same importance upon their vote as someone who is experienced?
Okay. Whenever someone okay, there's a difference between experience, like actually, everybody has experience whenever they get to a certain age. Experience comes with age, but what doesn't come necessarily with age is being correct on the issues, having principles concerning what you're doing whenever it comes to voting in the public. Using reason is also something that doesn't necessarily stay with you as you get older.
Or the importance of these things.
Yeah. So to me, there's no argument to be made in saying that, oh, these older people know better. No, because the guy who's running is probably way older than them. And from what I've seen, a lot of the very old fogies out there are actually voting for Bernie. It's kind of funny. It's probably because he reminds them of FDR, you know.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't think they're damn. I don't think they're all that old. But they're baby boomers. They were born. I think they were born in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
But I mean, they certainly saw well, other than the cities,
I'm saying the really old
people,
the people born in the 30s.
Oh yeah, but they're I mean, they're not even really capable of putting their vote in at this point. I mean,
Hey, some of them are.
they're in their 80s and their 90s though. They're getting there.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'm talking about the youth. I'm talking about the thing of well, he has the majority of the youth. But when it comes to just general knowledge and grasping the important lessons in life that you learn as you get older, having the youth isn't necessarily always a good thing.
Not necessarily, but I will say this:
a whole bunch of idiots doesn't just because they have a large number of volume doesn't mean they're any less of idiots. You know?
Okay, I'll say this though: is just because you are younger doesn't mean that by that default that you are also incorrect because of that youngness. It's the same reason I can make the argument that I can go find any Joe Schmo on the street who's like in their mid-50s and probably find some white supremacist asshole who's in their 50s and also find someone who aligns with me and probably agrees with me who's in their 50s. It has nothing to do with your age and everything to do with whether or not your argument actually makes sense. It has to do with whether or not the platform points make sense. It has to do with what these things will actually do and what the experts say, not just every youth person. But I do say that we have the youth, and that's what that means isn't necessarily that it's an attribution to the validity of our argument, but it's an attribution to the fact that we have those numbers, which is a very, very big block.
Right. Would you want a whole bunch of idiots running the election? Would you want a big group of idiots voting for their biggest idiot?
What I would like is some idiots with some educated people voting for the guy who is backed by the most experts concerning the economy, and that one would be Bernie Sanders.
So basically, anything to win.
I wouldn't say necessarily anything to win.
Why would you accept idiots in a party? That's a reflection.
There's going to be idiots in every party. If we narrowed it down to only the people who knew exactly what the fuck they were talking about, hardly no one would vote.
Okay, you know the people who we grew up with. Okay, me and you were rare individuals. Okay.
I don't think we're that rare.
Well, remember East Paulding High School?
Yeah, I remember East Paulding High School.
How rare were we? I mean, think about it. How many people did we sign up for our atheist club in that school? Maybe 10 people.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
Out of 2,000.
Yeah, I understand that there are a lot of dumb people out there.
Do you think that?
But just because there's a bunch of dumb people, yes, I'll accept the dumb people voting for the guy who I know is the smartest choice.
So anything to win.
Do you think? Do you guys think that there should be like sort of like a IQ test? And
they already tried that.
IQs aren't valid. IQs aren't really that valid.
They used to have voter tests. They used to have voter tests, and you know what they use them for? To stop black people from voting.
I mean, I don't think that should be a problem now.
You wouldn't think so, but in states where there's a conservative majority, they'll rank in the test questions to be stuff that they believe that the minorities won't know about or understand, or or on these tests that they will only require certain people to take. They will have questions that contradict each other on the test, where there's no right answer. That's what they did with those tests back in the day.
But don't you think they make better, more? I guess like more understandable tests, like tests that aren't like rigged and bullshit like that. You know,
That's the hard part.
If we had all intelligent people,
like there'll just be one test for the
Everybody.
entire United States. Yeah.
No, if we had right now,
And it wouldn't be like a long, huge test. It'd be like maybe like 20 questions or something like that.
Well, I'm saying, I mean, Justin is right in some ways. You do need the idiots, okay? And I'm gonna say it's because our world would not be any better if all intelligent people were able to vote. Okay. If everyone thought like an engineer, you wouldn't want them to vote. Okay, because they would be too meticulous. There would be no perfect candidate. The process would drag on. Okay, every single voting would have to be rechecked and validated and peer reviewed. It would not only would the process take so long, but they would be too analytical in their thinking. Okay, we would be at war with Syria. We would be taking out all of Middle Eastern countries because it makes sense. It's rational. They're a threat. It's better to control them than let them grow on their own.
See, I have a different way of looking at that from an engineering perspective, and that is that if everybody has the same goal, essentially, at the end of the day, which is to survive, then no one's technically our enemy.
Okay, well, you ever seen the show Walking Dead?
I've not watched it at all.
Okay.
Really, man?
Anybody in our audience, anybody in our audience who's ever watched Walking Dead, that's what that is. That is everyone with the same goal, to survive, and that place is brutal.
Yes, it's also a fiction.
It is efficient, but it is unfortunately efficiently killing all the good people. Okay.
Yeah, but it's a fiction about zombies and survival in a different scope than what we're talking about.
Because the honest idiots.
It's just a story, man. That's all
they
it is.
react. They react. The honest idiots don't think rationally. They react. Okay, based upon the situation.
Yeah, most of them don't even know what to call them. They're zombies.
Well, no, I mean,
Yes,
what I'm saying is that I will agree with Justin in some ways. You do need a mixture of idiots. You do need a mixture of idiots in your voting block, because it would be.
Yeah.
People can't think too analytical, because if you think then you start thinking like a computer. Okay, and
I
if you
think
have
like
too
a
many people who are.
I think everyone does.
Yeah, but your emotions also prevent you from being entirely a computer.
Yeah, my
I don't care
emotions
how-
are placed strategically.
Yeah, it's strategically placed. Yeah, especially at one focal point. Seems to be Hillary Clinton at this point.
Well, my focal point is just the fact that I feel like this candidate's being shoved down my throat when there's a far more viable candidate in place. And what the big issue is, I saw a report earlier, right? On they were interviewing Bernie, and they were basically asking him. Okay, hold on. They were essentially asking him, don't you think you pointing out how much better of a president you are would make it difficult for Hillary to become president? Is essentially the question they're asking in this 2-minute and 35-second interview. They keep asking him, don't you think your attacks on Hillary are going to cause her issues, like, in the general election? And he's just like, what? We're not even through with the primaries. And he's not even having this shit. He's like, no, I'm not attacking her. Essentially, if she wants to call the truth attacks, then maybe she shouldn't be running for president.
Right. I mean, my father he instilled in me one thing, and it was in lessons where I had to learn myself. But he always taught me. He always said it in the end. All actions have hidden consequences, and Hillary is starting to see those hidden consequences. Okay, she may have benefited from her Goldman Sachs speeches. She may have benefited from her ties to industry. She may have benefited. I mean, certainly. I mean, look how rich her and Bill Clinton are. I mean, aren't they in the hundreds of millions in their net worth?
They're in the billions.
Oh, they're in the billions. Oh wow. Okay.
Technically, if you want to talk about the Bill and Hillary and Chelsea Clinton Foundation,
No. Just there's the
just
individual
their
monetary
personal wealth.
wealth. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's in the
monetary. Yeah,
hundreds of
hundred
millions.
millions.
Because she made $27 million last year, her alone.
Right. Holy
So
crap. Okay, so yeah, so that's a lot of cash, right?
yeah,
I wouldn't put that underneath the mattress, but
I don't think you
but
could.
yeah, that would be you would have all your yeah, basically it would be the size of a room. But sorry, I don't have a guest house. All my cash is sleeping.
It's
But
like
she,
seriously, if you had a room full of all the money she made last year, you wouldn't have to work another day in your life. And she wants to be like she made a comment on Twitter at one point saying it's obscene that, and she commented Goldman Sachs, right, and said that they made that they made this or what was it the one of their lobbyists makes this much money a year, and that's more than a kindergarten teacher will make in however many years, right?
right, man.
Or in an hour than they'll make in so many years. And then someone pointed out to them to her that her total combined amount that she made from the Goldman Sachs speeches was more than a kindergarten teacher would make in 10 years. So the point is if you're going to attack money, you can't be a part of it.
Hmm.
It just doesn't work that way.
And that's the hidden consequences. The hidden consequences is that her, although her actions been for her in the long time, the hidden consequences is that it hurts her ability to be elected. If
Well,
Bernie
there's also
Sanders,
this fact. It's the fact that she's sitting there, being who she is, with all the money that she has and the ties that she has,
And the hot
and when
sauce in
Bernie
her purse.
comes, Bernie comes into the election, right? Bernie comes into the political sphere of this election, and has basically forced her to push herself so far left that she's contradicting herself at the beginning of the campaign.
right?
So,
I mean, she's tried going as bad left as she can, right?
so how far right is she going to go if she faces Donald Trump? Like it's like almost as
Well,
if you
I mean,
don't realize when they say
not
polling.
she's not having to fight an honest man at that point. If
Mhm.
if both of the candidates are comfortable with lying, that's all you're gonna get. And since she doesn't have to protect herself against an honest man, not to say that not to say that this is a man versus woman thing, but but
An honest person.
an honest person, she doesn't have to fight, she doesn't have to defend herself. So she doesn't have to go that routine of right.
That's why I
Now she
thought it
just
was
has
funny that
now she has to do that moderate stance where she goes, well, fracking is okay, it brings jobs, it helps stimulate the American economy, it lowers our energy prices, and it brings more money to the American consumer, all that bullshit. Because it's minuscule the amount of money that it brings back to the consumer, but it she now can be comfortable with the truth with lying because what's Donald Trump going to do? Criticize her
yeah.
for working with the same banks he did?
Yeah, because here comes the major issue with that reporter. Whenever she was interviewing Bernie, she was basically that's kind of what I said earlier. She was saying he was attacking her, but all he's done is talk about the issues. So if talking about the issues is attacking her, then that tacitly means that she's lying about the issues. So it's like if you're being attacked for not someone who's not attacking you is attacking you by talking about the issues in an honest way, then that means that the way if you perceive that as an attack, the way you're talking about the issues is dishonest.
Yeah, and I think it would help her if she was like, even though you're like, I don't know how to even put it, but like, but being like, this attack doesn't faze me at all. This is what I stand for, and this is my plan, for the presidency or whatever.
She
Yeah.
she could play
Instead
it
of
off
instead
like
of pointing
that.
it out and being like, oh, he's picking on me, somebody do something. That's just like, just fucking be a strong
Deal with it.
person. Yeah, just deal with it. That shouldn't even bother you. You should just,
Back your
yeah,
actions.
yeah, back
Yeah.
up what you're saying and then just follow through with it. That's
But
all
the
she
thing
has
is,
to do.
it's very hard to back up what you're saying if the person who's like not saying what you're saying is saying what's actually happening. Because
Yeah,
if Bernie's talking about the truth, And if she wants to back up her actions and she's not talking the same way he is about this, then she's not going to be able to back it up. So in order to back up her statement, she's going to have to shift her position, which is what she's done several
She just
times.
has to find her spot and stick to it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. She'll be able to do that. If she wins the nomination and she gets rid of Bernie, she can stick to whatever she wants to at that point, because she can go as far or as middle as she wants, because that's her playing field. Okay.
If she tried to go too far right, she definitely would lose.
No, she's not gonna go right, but she doesn't have to go right because she doesn't have to win that. She's gonna bank on.
She can just use doublespeak the whole time.
Right. She's gonna bank on the fact that she has middle-aged Democrats, because I mean, I don't know. I'll ask this question. Do you think this is a situation versus the youth? And I'm talking about even us, right? The
Yeah.
youth versus what the middle-aged our parents wanted. Okay, our parents always wanted another Bill Clinton. They always wanted another Clinton presidency because they saw it as, hey, we'll have those good times we had in the 1990s. Okay,
Yeah.
and that was when that was in their 30s. That was in their late 20s.
Now, what they apparently didn't realize about Clinton was that the whole time they were having a good time with some of the things he did well in creating an economic surplus, he was also signing certain things that put the media into shambles and created the Big Six. He was also putting things into act that kind of broke up how Glass-Steagall worked and allowed the banks to get to where they are today and caused the collapse. He did a lot of things that actually screwed us over.
He even helped in a little bit in the ways of the 2008 financial mortgage crisis.
Well, there's a picture, right, of Clinton, Giuliani, Trump, and who is the fourth guy? Let's see. And I'm just this really doesn't mean anything, but no, Giuliani, Trump, Bloomberg, and Clinton playing golf together, right? And below it has a picture of George Carlin. This is a meme. And it says, "It's a big club and you ain't in it." Because, seriously, if these guys are smiling on a golf course together, what makes you think that any four of these guys really differ all that much on what their end game is?
Well, I mean, you can be friends with people with different ideologies. I mean, I've been friends with Christians.
Oh, me too, but
for
I'm
a
not.
portion of my life. I mean,
If you're a major political figure, though, and you're Clinton
but you're still a
having
person.
a golf game with Bloomberg, Trump, and Giuliani, why are you there? What's going on here? Hey, you're an elected official, and so is Giuliani, and then you've got these two business cronies next to you.
They can easily have the same membership to the same club. I mean, that's very common. The same people. I mean, you have people who if they're rich, they shop at Coach, or they shop at I don't know what the other company is because I never paid attention to it. I'm a shareholder of Coach, so I mean I own, but Coach is a high-end clothing line, high-end bag line, high-end jewelry line, things like that. So basically, whoever shops there, they're all part of the same niche. They're all part of the same part of society where they have a good amount of wealth. You know, their parents earn more than far more than even the average higher middle class does. Okay, that's the consumer of Coach. So people who are in the same section of society, people who are either rich or they're poor or they're middle class, they tend to use the same services. They tend to use the same things. They have a lot of common things that they buy, or a lot of common services that they use, whether it be Amazon, or whether it be Netflix, or whether it be whatever. There are certain things that a lot of people use. And in this case, with golf courses, it's the same things. A lot of people are part of the same club if you live in the same general area, because that club is the best. It has the best fields. It has the best reputation. If you really go there, you're a made person. So
yeah. So all four, I get that. I get the whole runaround. I get that picture doesn't actually mean that they're in cohorts or cahoots with each other. Right. But I also think to myself, they are disillusioned. Clinton is disillusioned from the people if he's at the course with people who have interests of that scope. It's just it's phenomenal to me that we have a picture of oh, hold on, of Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, and Bill Clinton together, and they're laughing together at some dinner party. It's just
It
stuff
sends a
like that
bad
wouldn't
message.
fly.
Yeah, it sends
Yeah,
a bad message.
I've probably got to go now. I've got to go move a car and stuff. I think this is. You guys can keep going for a little bit if you want. But
Are you coming
my
back?
mom. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
That's the yeah.
Yeah,
All right, hold on.
Good luck, Justin.
it's a crazy world.
It is. It is certainly.
Hmm.
Did you know that apparently there's a very popular strain of banana. I don't know what the genus is called, but they like it's the genetic name of the
Uh-huh.
plant, and apparently it's the most common form of banana. The ones that all humans eat. And it basically due to a fungus, and we can't cure it. We can't get rid of it. The only solution is to burn the crop and to burn the land around it. And that's really the only, and even then, it doesn't necessarily kill off the fungus because the fungus even attacks the roots. It's even attached to the roots of the tree. So in the near future, we could be either paying more for bananas, or you'll taste a different type of banana soon enough because this
Yep.
fungus is actually it's in Asia, it's in Africa, it's in all the major places where we grow bananas, including, and it's now starting to reach South America, which is a major a major exporter of bananas to the
Yep.
United States. So
Yeah,
your favorite
and
banana can start going to the could start becoming extinct very easily.
yep. Yeah, it could go extinct, and we could have no more bananas.
Well, no, you'll have bananas. There's different types
They,
of
yeah,
bananas.
they could,
It just won't.
you know,
Just
breed different kinds, but yeah,
well, they are different kinds, but they're
yeah. We
not as
used to have,
sweet. They're not
um,
as yeah.
there
Go ahead.
used to be bananas that were way bigger and way more sweeter, and they were so good. But the fungus pretty much eradicated them, so they had to like create new ones, which is the ones that we eat now. They're a lot smaller, and they're, to me, they don't taste as good. But that's, and then that's happening again. A lot
Yeah,
of
I mean,
people don't understand that the food source that they get from grocery stores and stuff, it's very limited. If there were no trucks to deliver foods to stores, that food would be gone in less than 24 hours. People don't realize that, and they think that food's always going to be there, but eventually something might happen where, um, distribute, getting food from stores is not going to be possible.
no. Let me tell people how fast shit moves from a store. Okay, I'm a night stalker.
Yeah.
All the nice little things you have on the shelves that go there during when you get there, say at 10 p.m. and on, I put it there. Okay, it basically what happens is that we have we have every other night is almost truck night. And what we do is we get this huge truck of all the goods that go out for the day. Bread gets their truck, grocery gets their truck, frozen gets their truck, then grocery gets their truck. And we put out all your pastas and your pasta sauces and your chipotle mixes and your canned beans and your fruit and your chips and all these and all everything that you eat and everything that you consume, even the water, even the juice and even the soda that you drink, are all put out there around in the middle of the night when you guys aren't there. It's put out extra early. Okay. By the end of the night, when I go back to work to once again stock the shelves, they're empty. In just one day, all the water is wiped out. I'm talking about packs of 32. There's 32 16.9 fluid ounce bottles in a pack, and those disappear in one night. And we put out a huge pallet of them. Okay, and there's easily 50 of them on that pallet. And we put it all out, and it's all gone before we even get there at nighttime the next day. the same day actually that we get off of work, because we get off of work at early in the morning and then we go in later at night towards 12, and it's all gone. Okay, your salad mixtures all gone. Your lunch meat diminished. Your meat diminished. Okay. The only thing that doesn't necessarily get touched is your dog food, your detergent, your forks and your knives, and your paper towels. But that's it.
Mhm.
Okay. The rest of the stuff, good luck. Because if we miss a truck with, if a truck doesn't, it comes in, but it doesn't bring in, let's say, 24 pack waters, we can't put it out. There's no backstock for those things. Those things get put out and they go. They're gone the next day. They're gone that day. Actually, not even the next day. They're gone that day. So people, yeah, you're incredibly correct. I was naive. I thought that, oh well, the store stocks up one night, and then it goes throughout the entire week, and it gets a truck the next on the weekend, and they stock it, and it goes the entire. That's what I thought happened before I started working, and then I started working, and I realized, oh my god, this stuff goes in a night. It's gone, and this is just one store. This is one small store. It's not even close to the size of a Walmart. And all of this stuff is gone.
Yep. It gets me mad when people complain about food and stuff when they go out to eat. Um, just because they just don't realize that they don't have to fight to eat every day. There's a lot of people that go without food, and that just pisses me off. It also pisses me off when I'm working in the store and people get mad at me because we're out of a certain product, whether it be, I don't know, plums or watermelon or something like that. Pisses me off because they don't understand that they could be eating nothing tonight. They could be eating nothing for weeks. People just need to realize that food's not always going to be there, and you have to appreciate it. Even though you're not getting what you want, at least you get to eat tonight.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of different options. If somebody comes to the store and you don't find what you want, look around. Trust me, you'll find something else. I
Yeah,
mean,
like try
if you
something new. Try something you've ever tried before. Maybe
yeah,
you'll
like,
like
let's
it. Yeah.
say like you want a low carb bread, and the low carb bread that we sell, let's say it's potato bread, is out. Look around. I mean, there's a whole shelf that extends down. Stop looking for the brands you're used to and just try something.
Ugh, I've been drinking tonight.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. Oh man, I had some Patron earlier, and now I got my wine.
Hey man,
I'm
classic.
not, yeah, I'm not really a drinker, but I don't
No,
mind a drink once in a while.
that's fine. I mean, believe it or not, alcohol sales are up. Our generation, our youth generation, loves alcohol.
Oh, I don't. I mean, I don't doubt it, especially considering how much alcohol fatalities are on the road nowadays. It's ridiculous.
That's a big problem.
400. Like I was driving down the interstate, 422. Um, I think it was. I think that was the number of deaths on the road for that month.
Yeah, I mean, not only is texting and driving, but
Yeah.
it's intoxicated and driving, and that was the intoxication and driving. That was also a big issue for our parents.
Yeah.
And they were the parents but they were the parents that experienced the you can drink it when you're 18. They were grandfathered into that, and so you now have basically their spawn making the same mistake that they have, but it's at an older age. You could say maybe it's because of the fact that whenever there's a depression, whenever there's bad timing, whenever there's not so good times, the sale of alcohol goes up. course, because humans want to escape their reality. They want to escape the stress. They want to escape all the issues, right?
Yeah.
Um, and so what you have is you have a whole generation who's who's not making any real income, who's not being able to save any much. They're having children still, and a child today will cost you an average of $325,000. That's the average cost of a child today. $325,000. Okay. And
Yeah.
now, granted, now that much of that is housing. Okay, let me see, about 2/3 of that's housing. But we're not even counting in the cost of education, the cost of sending them to college, or the cost of even trying to pay for them. Like our parents, they try to contribute. They were able to contribute at least a little bit to our education. Okay, now it was a lot less than their families were able to contribute to theirs. The ability for the Americans to kind of like transfer their wealth as they get older has diminished as years go by. And so now you have our generation, which doesn't have does can't buy houses. Now, a house isn't an investment tool, but it still adds to your overall wealth because it's a foundation from which you can start your life, which you can grow your family, which you can really basically really start. You can start your legacy. So now we don't have houses. We have second hand-me-down cars. And new car sales is very much a reflection of the overall economy. It's the overall it's a reflection of the overall sentiment or the confidence the American consumer has in the economy. If they're willing to buy cars, the economy is good. We can't buy cars. We have to buy secondhand cars, or what we do is we get these huge payments every month that eat up all of our income. So we're not able then to spend on the economy. We're not able to spend on goods. We're not able to consume, which is also a driving force of the economy. It's actually the number one driving force of the economy: demand and supply. No demand, high supply. There's basically we're a generation that's living paycheck to paycheck. We're trying to consume like our parents did, but our money isn't going anywhere near as far as theirs did.
Yeah. But I think a lot of it has to do with the younger generation just getting what they want when they were kids, you know. And as they get older, they realize that, oh, I can't get all this whatever I want when I want without going into debt or without going homeless.
Being used to a safety net.
Yeah, they're just used to getting everything they want, and then now that they're just now going out into the world, they're like, oh, I'm in debt for school, and now I have to buy my own food, and I have to pay for a place to live, but I want to go do this to this concert, or I want to go and buy this clothes,
I
or
don't think
have
it's just that.
a
I
really
think
nice
it's
phone.
food.
Yeah,
Food. It's food. It's being
yeah,
able to buy food.
yeah,
And unfortunately, our choices aren't very good as far as and our choices have kind of been ingrained in us. Our families fed us food to shut us up as children.
yeah.
Okay, to keep us busy. Now,
Put that bottle in your mouth.
mine did not. Mine did not. But mine also believed in having snacks, having treats. Even if you were in trouble, you could still have ice cream, you could still have cake, you could still have the family treat because that was not used as a punishment. Okay, you could be grounded but still have ice cream if the family had ice cream. So but you get used to these type of foods that taste to you really good, or that are really good that your body craves, whether it be the sugar or whether it be the fake cheese of Cheeto or whatever. And it's because your body detects the sugars and the fats inside the foods, and it wants that, obviously, because our body survived on sugars and fats as it evolved throughout the years. When we started out as hunter and gatherers, finding sugar was amazing. Okay, Um, believe it or not, um, even primates today, what they do is they wait for fruit to fall off a tree, and at that point it's ripe and it's very sugary, and that's why they eat it. They don't climb a tree and pick it; they wait for it to fall, and then they climb out of the tree and they gather it and they eat it. And it's because at that point it's ripe and it's it would be considered too gone for us to eat, but they love it because it's very sugary.
Yeah.
So and the fat is also important because what helps you survive the cold, your body's ability to retain amount of body heat, and fat helps in that. So when you include animal fats, which are whether it be pork, whether it be beef, and that's what our bodies love. So when we get foods that have that in it, or it be Cheetos, or it be Snickers, whether it be the chocolate and the sugar, or whether it be the Cheetos with the carbohydrates and the fake cheese, your body craves that. And now it's a very bad type of fuel for your body because what basically you're doing is if you let's say you eat a Snickers and you eat Cheetos, even though the Cheetos doesn't say it has sugar on the package, it is sugar because what you're do is your body absorbs those carbs and it breaks it down to glucose, which is sugar.
Yeah.
But our bodies are used to eating these things, and they crave these things, and they want these things. And it's because we've been used to eating them. Our parents gave them to us once again to shut us up, you know. Or they give us a sip of their Sprite or a sip of their Coke or whatever, and our bodies go, "Oh, this is really good. I like this. I want this more." It's not necessarily a conscious thought, but we're used to eating bad food as a just and it's just an innocent action by our parents. They didn't understand that there would be consequences down the road. That our body would become used to this type of food. That our body would then crave this type of food, or we would eat this at school versus eating a lunch. Like we had vending machines. We had
Yeah.
two vending machines. We had well, actually we had more than two. We had four vending machines that were right by our cafeteria. And kids would go there and they buy Pop Tarts, or they buy chips, or they buy sodas instead of going to lunch, which was cheaper, and they could get a full meal. And it's also that being used to convenience. Okay, it's that wanting that quick outcome. Okay, well I can go heat up this hamburger. I can go heat up this Hungry Man meal. It says it has 15 grams of protein, and what I hear from the commercials all the time is I need more protein. Well, there you go. I get 15 grams of protein. I get a Hungry Man meal. It costs 4 minutes in the microwave. Boom, done. And that is actually hurting our generation the most because it's because it's leading to unhealthy lifestyle choices.
Yeah. And they're not getting the vitamins and minerals that they need to develop their minds and their bodies.
Right. I mean, your body, your mind, what it wants the most is water.
Yeah,
And a
that
lot of
too.
people, and a lot
That
of
too,
people
man. Like
don't drink water.
they don't. Like there's some people I've met that are like, "Oh, I don't like how water tastes." I'm like,
Yeah.
"How are you alive?"
Right.
Like
Well, because the fact that a lot of things have water in them.
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
it takes a huge amount of water to make a Coca-Cola, or to make a Sprite, or to make an energy drink, or even to make a lot of our food. It takes a lot of water, and that's because but the water we get versus the amount of like things that dehydrate us, it doesn't equal out. Like soda dehydrates you, alcohol dehydrates you. It causes your body to kind of like purge its water. That's why you have to pee a lot when you drink.
Yeah.
Okay, and it comes out it comes out clear as if you've been hydrated. It's your body really purging out all the water. And it's what the alcohol does to you. It's what the soda does to you. It dries you out, dehydrates you. And so, but your brain is most functional when it has, because your brain is surrounded by liquid. It's surrounded by brain is surrounded by uh, some type of mucus. Well, if you haven't drank enough water, that space is left open, and your brain is then sitting, and it can actually move around. Have you ever moved your head and felt your brain you kind of feel like your brain's moving side to side?
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's because you probably is. That's actually what can cause boxers to get knocked out easily. What happens is that they drain weight. They drain their bodies of water weight so they can make weight before the fight. Like they walk around normally 10 to 15 pounds heavier, and so what they do is they drain themselves of water, and then they go to the weigh-in, and they've met their weight requirement, and then as soon as you'll even see this at the weigh-ins, as soon as they get off the weight, they'll drink water or they'll drink juice. And it's because of the fact that they really dehydrate themselves down so that they can make weight. And so when they go in the ring, they don't have that they don't have that cushion in the brain, that mucus, that liquid, and so their brain is like slamming against the side of their skull every time they get hit, and that's how you get knocked out.
Yeah.
So that's why it's easier for boxers to get knocked out if they dehydrate themselves, is because your brain is basically left uncushioned. There's no cushioning in your brain, so it can literally smack against the side of your skull.
It's crazy. Uh, I hope Justin gets back soon. Um, if not, I don't really have much to talk about. I wasn't really prepared today. I do want to make a quick announcement though for my channel.
Yeah.
Uh, I am. We're gonna stop doing the unboxing videos for a little while. We're kind of like in a little bit of a financial um, hit rut or hiccup right now. So we canceled all of those boxes for the moment, but as soon as we got everything sorted out, we'll go back and do some more box unboxing videos and things like that. Um, Also, I'll be able to upload some more content a little bit more often now, mostly because I've left one of my jobs, at least until I find another job anyway. So I'll be on here a little bit more often than I am. Excuse me. So yeah, I think that's about it. Um, I just have a lot going on. Things are moving along though, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, also tomorrow we're gonna do another podcast, hopefully with Senior Bivens on there. Um, so I hope you guys tune in for that one too.
Yeah, go ahead and check that out, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
That'll be the main podcast. Tonight is just kind of a quick podcast we were doing
Yeah,
out of the blue, but they will certainly be with you tomorrow, and hopefully with the guest.
yeah, yeah. And I really appreciate you guys watching and stuff. We definitely want you guys to comment though. Also, I keep forgetting to mention this, but we do have an email account. If you guys want to email us some suggestions or stuff like that, anything like that, pictures,
What is the email?
art. Um, I forgot. It was Philosopher Stonecast.
Let me go look it up on.
I forgot. I believe it was like
Wait.
Philosopher Stonecast at gmail.com. I believe so.
We should put that in the description below. This way some people can copy and paste it.
Yeah, just put it in the chat and I'll put it in there. I think it was Philosopher's Stonecast at Gmail. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, that'll be in the when he posts the video, that'll be in the description box below. Go ahead and copy and paste that. And if you want, send us an email, or please comment below,
Yeah,
like
definitely
and
need more
subscribe.
comment.
Subscribe to his channel, please, for more content,
Yes, yes, for
and
sure.
especially for our earlier podcasts. You
Yeah,
know,
check out some of
we're,
those too.
we're just starting
Um,
this out. We've only had about, I think this is the 19th one. We only have about 19 podcasts, so we're just starting out. So
yeah,
hang in there with us. We'll eventually get this down. But I promise you, you will not be disappointed. We will
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
make sure this.
definitely.
We're trying to include more people to be on here with us. More
Yeah,
connections that we have.
different minds, different thoughts about things. It's always good for this type of podcast.
Right,
You
and
know.
and we'll try to get into certain different topics, but we also need help. If there's a topic you guys want us to discuss, or you think that we don't cover enough, go ahead and tell us, because then at that point we'll definitely include it in our conversation, because we want ideas too.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And this medium of a podcast, it's definitely something new and evolving and changing every day. So, yeah, if you guys want to listen to some other podcasts, I listen to a lot of Kevin Smith's podcasts. Nerdist podcasts are really good. Um,
You can check out also, and I have no connection to this whatsoever. I'm just a fan of it myself. But go ahead and check out the Joe Rogan podcast. He's hilarious. He has really great guests on. And you'll absolutely be entertained the whole time.
yes, yeah. I don't know. Is there anything, any topics or anything you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
I don't really have any more topics actually. I don't.
Okay.
Well, actually, I just saw this on Facebook. Um, apparently, oh shit. Alabama boy 11 shoots burglar, mocks him for crying like a little baby. He Call of Duty the dude.
Yeah.
Like he was in a video game. He was shot him. Why you crying like a little bitch, man? But yeah, I don't know if the guy died, but he shot him.
I don't know. Yeah.
11-year-old boy from Alabama, and he is. I see his picture right. He actually took an interview with the local air station, and the dude is just chill about it. And basically the kid wasn't scared either. He was like, dude, he was honest. He was like, I told him I was gonna kill him with a gun if he didn't get out of my house. Okay, this dude. He shot him 12. I shot at him 12 times, and he mocked the man that he shot in the leg for crying like a little baby. But he was boasting about it on air during the interview. This kid is stone cold. Damn.
Yeah. Was it in Alabama?
Yeah, and he's okay. He's having a conversation like nothing happened. And just he's looking at the camera like motherfucker, try something. Okay, hey, damn. Okay, this kid is stone cold.
I'm sure. I'm sure he knew how to use the gun at least, because.
I'm pretty well, he's Alabama, so yeah, you know how to use a gun. But he's from Talladega. And he said he heard a strange noise. He went to look. And basically he warned the guy, "Hey, look, if you don't get out of here now, I'm gonna shoot you." He didn't listen, and he shot it. He fucking shot. I mean, he led 12 shots. Well, 12 this kid was no holds barred shooting at the dude.
Yeah.
It wasn't no like 1, 2, 3 stop and then like shake. No, this kid was like pop, 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 pop. And then the guy he hit in the leg, he started mocking him for crying like a
Yeah.
little baby. That's his own words.
I heard a story.
Damn.
I think it was not that long ago, but some guy broke into this elderly couple's house, and he started stabbing the man, and then the older woman, she shot him, and I believe she killed him.
That
But
wouldn't surprise me.
yeah, but there was some controversy about it. I can't remember exactly what it was, but you know, people just they just can't. They just gotta know that they can't do that. It's ridiculous that it still happens. You know.
But see, the other thing is like you can still get in trouble for that. You can
Yeah,
get in,
yeah.
you
That
can get in,
I think that's what the controversy was because she was charged for like murder or something.
right. The
Yeah.
people had and people have been successful, but people have been successful at challenging people who shot them in their
Mm.
own house. They were the burglar, and they sued the person who shot them in their house. They sued them for like injury claims, and they won.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, I remember hearing one where it's like this guy. Um, it was like a teenager or something broke in somebody's house, and they shot him and killed him. And then like their family of the teenager was like, "How was he supposed to get money to do this and that and other stuff?" And I was like, "Well, he has to get like people were saying like, oh, he has to get a job. Like, why would you say that? You know, he should have been in school
Yeah, I mean, there's unfortunately there's a lot of examples today where kids will pick up a firearm and they'll kill somebody who comes into their house.
or themselves. Shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things with suicide, but I mean,
I mean, not even on purpose too. Like just because they don't know how to use a
oh yeah,
gun.
just being stupid. Or you have
Yeah.
you have the little
trying
kids
to
who,
take pictures or whatever, trying to be cool. You know, and then
yeah,
gun
that's to
fires and
me.
they die.
Yeah, but to me that's preventable.
Yeah, it is preventable, you know, but people don't really care. That's the thing.
They- Yeah, I mean that's things like that. You have little kids these days who thinking it's like a water gun will shoot their friend with a real gun, thinking it's fake. Like they don't understand that that's not play. Like their friend on the ground is not play. That he's really injured or he's really dead.
Yeah.
And they just because they don't understand.
Yep. They just try to copy what they see in TV or video games. Not that that stuff is bad, but if there's gonna be a house with a gun with underage children in there, the guns have to be
Gun's gonna be Alabama.
yeah, they have to be somewhere they have to be somewhere safe, or like hell even like have the like make the kid a little bit more knowledgeable about what a gun is, you know.
Well, this 11-year-old in Alabama seemed to know it because he was again he
Yeah.
mocked the person he shot for crying like a
Yeah,
little baby.
and
He
like
shot,
yeah,
he shot the guys 12
Yeah.
times. Okay, and he gave an interview afterwards. It's not like he was like shaken up and he was hanging his. No, this dude, I'm telling you, this kid, he's staring into the camera like he just like try something.
yeah.
I'm telling you, like the face he gives to the camera is like
Well, yeah, like I'm sure he's used a gun before, probably.
doesn't care. He just
Like, yeah.
he does not care what happened.
I guess because he doesn't
He's a-
understand that he could have killed somebody.
I think he knew. I think because he's 11 years old. He told people. He gave a warning. He gave a audio warning to the people. If you don't get out of the house, I'm going to shoot you. That kid knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
And it's not like, again, it's not like he shot like once or twice and then dropped the gun. No, this kid shot 12 times.
Yeah.
And as they were fleeing.
Yeah.
It's not like he gave up as soon as they left the house. He still shot them as they were leaving.
Yeah, I mean that was a little bit excessive, but I mean he's still a kid, but he's old and he's old enough to understand.
He Call of Duty them. I mean,
Yeah. I think it's part of the reason he doesn't really care if he killed somebody.
he mocked
Yeah.
the guy for crying. Okay.
Like a bitch.
There's weird sounds coming through your microphone.
It's probably my cord again. Is that better?
Uh, you need to talk a little bit more, but so far, yeah,
How's that?
yeah.
But yeah, um, I think we should call it there. I mean, we've been going for about an hour, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
sorry guys. I mean, as far as the audience goes, sorry guys. I mean, this is just a small one. Once we get my schedule's hectic, Chris' schedule's hectic, Justin's schedule's hectic, but we will definitely get this down.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll definitely get this going, and we'll definitely have conversations and topics handed out ahead of time. The unfortunate part is you guys don't get to see it, but in the very beginning, before we go on air, we try to prep, and unfortunately, we have a lot of our good conversations at the time that we're trying to prep.
Yeah.
So what we'll try to do is we'll try to save all that energy. Kind of like Justin said. Justin said his emotions are drained. He got all his emotions out, and that's unfortunately is because we were talking before the cameras were on. So just hang in there with us. Have a little patience. We'll save our energy for the show. We'll try to go live right away. It's
We'll
usually
also
gonna
like try to have more shows.
yeah. And we'll try to call out.
Yeah.
We'll try to we'll
Yeah,
try
like
to give a message out there to let you guys know that we're on air if you guys want to join live and you guys ask questions.
yeah,
There is no you don't have to pay anything. Just go ahead and ask questions. We'll actually answer them if they're worth answering. I mean, don't troll us because I mean that's not going to work
we're
out in
gonna
your
get
favor.
trolls either way, but
I mean, you could
yeah,
try, but I think Justin's going to turn that down really well. Um,
yeah, yeah.
you
You
know,
can try, yes.
Justin's an inside troll. It's not gonna work. He'll tear your world down.
Yeah,
He's a beast. So we'll definitely improve we'll improve our content as we go on. Again, this is only the 19th show. Have a little patience with us. We'll get the hang, and we'll hopefully have a 100th show, and we'll have viewers who are live and commenting, and we'll be able to celebrate that together.
definitely. So with that being said, like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yep.
We'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully.